Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome to today's coffee chat show here at the lounge down at Buzzin Soy Chopping. Joining me today is Brian. Brian, how you doing, my man?
Great. Nice to see you again.
So this man pestered me. How long ago? Nearly a year, isn't it? It must be.
It was more than a year ago. A little more than a year ago.
So I get random stuff sent to me in emails and proposals, as you can imagine. And Brian very kindly reached out to me and said, "Trev, listen, you got high blood pressure. You got a few other things going on in your life. Have you ever considered Zingify?" Which, if you're not sure, Brian's from Zingify. It's on his t-shirt there. But anyway, so I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm okay, mate. Don't bother. I've heard it all 1,000 times before." And you very kindly sent me over some stuff. Said, "Listen, just try it. Just try it. See for yourself. Try it for 3 months and just see the effect that it's had." Now, if you've been following me, you'll know that it's had an incredible effect on my life. One that I never genuinely expected. And so I thought today, let's bring Brian on the show. Let him explain it in a much more detailed and more specific way that I can. And that's what we're going to do. But before we do that, so Brian, where are you originally from?
I'm from the U.S.
The US?
I'm American, yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been out here?
How long have I been in Thailand?
Yeah.
On this trip?
Yeah. No. For out, because you live out in Bangkok, don't you?
No. I actually
live in there.
No, I live in South Korea, where Zingify
where
wave.
you from?
Yeah.
Right.
So I came. It's really cold during the winters. I came here for.
What's cold?
In Korea, what's cold?
I don't know what cold is. I've been living here too long.
Right. Cold is where there's snow and stuff like that, ice.
Oh, no, yeah. The only ice I do is in my vodka soda. Mind you, I'm taking Zingify, so I shouldn't say that to you, should I?
Right.
Oh, wait, yeah. I meant me Nam soda, me same water. So, what's your history like? What was you doing before you became involved in Zingify? What's your background?
So before, so the email you were talking about where I reached out to Trev and he said, "No, I don't need anything. People, he's probably tried this other stuff." So then I was like, "It's really good. I mean, I want to give it a try." And you don't know until you try. So
yeah,
got him to try and he's like, "Okay, well, I have tried another herbal product recently. Signs of getting older."
Very old. Yeah.
So, and that's just it. Men, as they get older, their bodies they don't feel the same, start to feel worn down. And this manifests itself in various ways. You feel tired, less energy. It could be excess body weight. Sexual performance takes a hit, which is usually when the men start to say, "Okay, something's wrong," right?
Take a hit. I've been knocked out of the ground.
and this is coming about because your body's losing balance. As you get older, your body's circulation decreases, and that balance is strength. So Zingify is a daily Korean red ginseng herbal supplement that restores balance. It's an elixir herb. So that's what's going on inside you. We'll get into that detail. But it's got to be a part of your daily routine. You know it didn't happen immediately.
Yeah.
And you get your energy back. You feel like yourself, your vibrant self, and you don't have to rely on all the pharma pills because they have one for everything,
Yeah, they do. I mean, I think when I first met you, I think I was taking something like 11 different tablets of various different structures. And what Brian's saying is right. I want you to get this in your head. Like, if you are in a situation out there where you think to yourself, I don't feel myself. To give you an idea, so when I met Brian, as you know, I can't get a hard on. I had erectile dysfunction. I was going down the scene and getting the jabs, all that kind of stuff. My blood pressure was through the roof. My whole bodily energy was lacking. I didn't feel very good. I was taking energy supplements, etc. I was drinking Red Bull like it was just water. I was forgetting a lot of things. A lot of things were going on in my life at that particular moment when you reached out that I thought, you ain't going to do any different. So when you sent me the product, and I take 2 tablets every day now, and I have done for months and months and months now. As you said, Brian, the first month, I thought, he's having a laugh at me. There's absolutely zero difference.
That's not unusual.
And then my 11 tablets have now become 13. And I thought, that is an absolute joke. And then on the second month, I started to, not a big noticeable difference. So I thought, actually, I don't feel quite so lethargic today. And, certain thing, I checked my blood pressure and I think, actually, that's gone down a little bit. That's interesting. So it kind of made me wonder. And then I started dropping off some of the other stuff I was taking to see to myself, well, if I drop this, that's meant to do what I'm expecting anyway, and continue with Zingify, how will that balance? And the second month, it was considerably different. But the third month, wow. Third month, I've got to say, a lot of guys say to me, "Trev, I don't know how you do the work you do, because I'm up at 6 in the morning. I'm normally going home to bed about 11 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. I don't stop." And like today, I feel fresh as a daisy. I don't feel any lethargicness. I don't feel any, oh God, I can't be asked. Performance-wise in the bedroom, I'm miles better now, much, much happier. I think that was an accumulation of a couple of things. I think it was Zingify, also self-belief. And, I went down and did the testosterone, and people were saying, "Oh, you can't be doing that, Trev. It's going to be there forever." So I came off of that. And, clarity, just things that are going on blood pressure-wise. Right now, I am suffering high blood pressure, but that's because of my eyes. So Oh, that's a separate situation.
Okay.
I've had my eyes replaced, and then I almost detached my retinas in both eyes, so I had to have surgery. And so so consequently,
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
a big ordeal.
I'm quite. We're not worried, but I'm quite like, oh my god, like what's going on? But Zingify, wow, it just it does what it says on the well, not on the tints in the jar, but it does what it says. And you got to listen. You're probably sitting there saying, "Oh, I can't be asked this," isn't it? Guys, honestly, I felt exactly the same. Right when Brian messaged me, emailed me, I'm like, yeah, whatever, in the bin. Let's just get rid of that. Followed up, and I thought, oh, do you know what? Let's try it, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
So tell them what's in this thing that I take twice a day.
And so you said you woke up refreshed today.
Yeah.
So how did you sleep?
Better.
Exactly. So that's another big part of why men lose their energy as they get older. You start not sleeping as well. And so that balance, see, most people and the energy. So most people think about an energy boost. You think of a Red Bull or like an espresso, and it's like you chugging, oh yeah, I got my energy. But the ginseng's mechanism of action is increasing your circulation, but it does that by relaxing your blood vessels. So that's why you feel calmer and your blood pressure go down while your energy and clarity go up. See, it seems contradictory, but that's how it works. So so that's what's going on for that part. And so the circulation is stagnating. It's getting back to its normal flow throughout your body. And now when I say circulation, I know men immediately think to one region of their body, but that is not an isolated issue. That is not just something wrong with your rocket. That's a total body malfunction going on. Yes.
Yeah, I must admit, like when you say about relaxing the veins and the muscles, etc.
Yes.
With high blood pressure, that is because your veins are contracted, so therefore it's having to force it through harder. You can't get the blood through, which is why the pressure's there. But now, before my eyes, my blood pressure was probably the best it's ever been in many ways. I get the odd day, which you expect. You might have had to rush around in the morning, or you might be thinking of stuff, so your body reacts to that. But that, in general, my actual blood pressure, aside from having what I've just been through with the surgery, has been relatively really good.
Yeah, so I don't know if you remember this, but when we first met, you had, when I came, I sent it to you a few months, and then I came in end of January 2025.
Yep.
Trev's blood pressure at the end of November, 2 months ago before we met, I had to write this stuff down because I just didn't believe it. It's 220 over 196. And like ChatGPT says, go to the emergency room or something.
Yeah.
And he had been trying, we won't say the name of the pharma med, but he had tried something. But after 2 months on Zingify, it was down 120 over 96 or something like that.
Yeah, 96.
And so I took those numbers to the lab technician who tests our product. And these are people in Korea who participate in the research studies. It's one of the most researched medicinal herbs, a lot of studies about it. They weren't surprised that it lowered his blood pressure, but they actually had me double check, make sure I didn't get those numbers wrong.
Oh, they were right.
And I came back, I was like, he has no reason to mess with me about this. This was real.
Oh, I mean, before Zingify, I mean, I don't know, and please don't take this as a nudge, don't tempt fate, but, my blood pressure was consistently between 180, 220 in that region, and easily 110 to 140 in the other region, which I know is the more dangerous region. Whereas now, prior to my eyes operations and stuff, I was hitting around about 130, 140 to between 85 and 95, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
So, which was much, much better.
Yeah.
Huge impact on my life. And for me, that was just what really sort of like got my interest. Because, you hear all these sales pitches, and there'll be guys now watching think, oh, what a load of bollocks, Trev's getting paid to say this and whatever. And that's fine, I get you. You can think what you want, I really don't care. But my point is, I was that person looking at you thinking, oh, here we go. I get so many emails, would you like to do this? Would you like to promote that? We'll pay you to do this, we'll pay it. And I'm like, delete, bye-bye, delete, bye-bye. But when you actually chipped up and you showed the product, I thought, do you know what, fair play. You've taken the time out of your day to come and see me and show me what you're actually believing in. And I thought, well, let's give it a try. And now I'm 8, 9, 10 months down.
No, you're over a year.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
So when you're going to give me a product that makes me better looking?
Give it another 6 months.
Okay.
Right. That's the cutoff line. That's when it happens. But it's funny you say that because, like I said, it's an elixir herb. So its mechanism of action is increasing the circulation throughout your body. And it does improve your complexion because that increased circulation hydrates the dermis of your skin. There's studies about this. And one of the things I've noticed personally, I used to have really bad eczema or psoriasis. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah.
You would think I never had it because I've been on it 4 years.
Yeah. And I must admit, guys, what you've also got to take into account is your own personal circumstances. So to be fair to Brian, to be fair to Zingify, You know, when we say, I know recently about 6 months ago, I had really, really bad red blotches where I drink excessively because I'm in the bar. So, you know, I'm not a normal everyday candidate you could compare to. You know, for you guys watching, you might think, well, actually, no, I don't go out and get shit-faced every day. I drink maybe once a week, maybe once a month. Maybe some of you don't even drink. You know, if you are in the situation where you've got the symptoms that I've had, you know, and like Brian's saying about, you know, psoriasis and stuff like that, you know, this product, I think if I'll actually get the true benefit when I leave this bar. Because when I eventually give it up, like I'm doing now, this year I've cut down on the amount of videos I'm making, so I've got more free time. I don't come in here as often now, so I'm drinking less. The days don't come out, I don't touch alcohol at all. So I think this year I will see a massive benefit. Because last year I was kind of like trying to win the 100 meters sprint with someone holding on to me. Whereas now I'm saying, well, don't hold on to me. Just, you know, give me a little nudge now and then.
Right.
So I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
So since you specifically mentioned alcohol, yes, the more you drink, the less it's less good for you. We all know that, I think, by now. But it does, red ginseng does help your body break down alcohol more efficiently. So maybe you have noticed that. You did say you are drinking less. So yeah, I mean, the less, you know, if you are getting shit-faced every day, that's not a good health habit. I think no one. I'm not surprised anyone with that.
No, I did it only for about a year and a half.
Okay. But it does. There are studies that it helps with that as well.
So for those guys watching, and myself included, I mean, I don't actually know what it is I'm putting in my body.
Okay,
What is ginseng?
So because I said Korean red ginseng, you go to Google and you search for that. And so it is. We did not invent red ginseng. This has been around for thousands of years.
Okay.
It's a medicinal herb. It's it's been so prized over history that it has the nickname King of Herbs.
Okay.
And so I'm obsessed with health and being nutrition and optimizing my body, not like biohacking where you're doing things unnatural. I'm just really super interested. And I've been living in Korea about more than 15 years. And so about 7 years ago, I was just drained. I didn't know what was going on. I went to a Chinese medicine clinic. We have those in Western countries. They'll have them in the UK, US, Australia, etc. Now, what the doctors do there is they give you a concoction of different herbs, maybe teas, and they also do the acupuncture there, these clinics, okay. And the doc there, because I'm always interested in trying these new things, so I went to that clinic and he said, try some red ginseng, and so that was the first, living in Korea, you see it everywhere. I've heard of it, but I've never actually taken it. Mm-hmm. And so I, being the obsessive person that I am, really got interested and dove in and I tried everything out there. And I'm not saying everything was bad. There's really good stuff, especially being in Korea. You have access to really good stuff. But because I'm really big on food. I truly think that most of what's wrong with us, we can solve by what we eat. And that's exactly what red ginseng is. It's originally a superfood. But you're not going to put red ginseng on a plate and eat it for lunch. It's super, super bitter. And so what I wanted was like a little piece of that superfood in the capsule. Okay. So I didn't want an extract-based supplement. So extracts, they'll come out as liquids. They'll put them in powders and put those in capsules, mix them with other things. I literally just wanted just the superfood in the capsule. So I can so when you are taking Zingify, you're eating a piece of the superfood every day. That's what's going on. So your body's absorbing it like a food. And that's another reason it takes a long time. It builds up in your body, so it's absorbed naturally like a food. And so over time, it builds up. And then, so actually after 3 months, he said he really started to notice. You could even say like that's when it really gets going because it keeps building. It's cumulative over time.
I compare myself now to back before I started taking this, and I'm completely different. I mean, I'm down now to hardly any tablets whatsoever. I take 2 tablets of ginseng. I used to take B12. I don't take that anymore. I used to take a liver detoxin. I don't take that anymore. I used to take a testosterone tablet.
So the liver detox, it is actually doing that for you.
Yeah. So, I used to take that. I used to take I can't think of the name now. It's a white pot with a green label. Anyway, I used to take that. I don't take that anymore. I used to take testosterone boost. I don't take that.
Oh, that's really, I've heard about that in Thailand. Really popular. Yeah. Come here for that.
Yeah.
So there are studies that red ginseng, the more ginseng was in a subject's body, that testosterone levels were increased and maintained over time. Now so I'm going to bug Trev. Trev's so busy. After another year on Zingify, I want him to show you guys all his blood work. Because we have had people, actually a lot of his viewers, many of you have already tried it and we've gotten great feedback. There are people that say it doesn't work. Now, first of all, did you actually try it? 3 months minimum, bare minimum is 3 months.
Yeah, I agree.
If you did, most people, I feel, one guy actually said this to us directly. He said, it hasn't solved my ED. This doesn't work for me. The thing about ED, and I need to mention this in particular because I know a lot of guys are super interested in this part of it, this benefit. Remember, it's not ED medicine. The studies are clear. It can very help you very well with, the studies are clear. Red ginseng is good for you for solving that because it's a circulation issue. But that's a major imbalance in the body. So you really got to think long-term if that's your main concern. Because if you were to take well, not even just a person. If you take any organism, whether it be a plant, a dolphin, orangutan, a human, the greatest indicator of the overall health is going to be sexual health. This is the most important. That prolongs the species. So it's not a targeted thing. So those, I hate those blue pills. We won't say the word. No, I mean, they're not. Those are not going to lower your blood pressure. I can tell you that. I mean, they're forcing that. That's so unnatural to force blood. I mean, that's just to one part of your body for a short amount of time, and you know.
Yeah, I must admit, I mean, you know, and also you got to be honest with yourself. Like I was at the later stage, not in the early stage. Because in the early stage, when Brian gave me, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'd drop a couple of tablets. I'd go and get shit-faced in the evening. I'd eat a curry, whatever. I'd just do what I did normally. So in fairness to the tablets, they were on an uphill struggle before they even got a chance to get started. But then when I did actually notice, even though I'm going against the tablet's will and saying, no, I'm going to give you more of this to battle against, I'm going to give you more of this to fight against, I'm going to give you some of that to get over. Even though I was doing all that, it still came back and said, well, actually, we're still going okay. We're helping you. So that was when I thought, oh, well, let's cut back. And honestly, like, now I've cut back on my alcohol. Like I said, I don't drink I used to drink every single day. I get shit-faced every day. People know about it. It's not an issue. I'm not hiding nothing. Now I drink 2, maybe 3 days a week. I feel...
Before it was every day?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, well, that's a huge improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I'd start drinking at probably 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd somehow get home at about midnight. No idea.
Yeah, so that's a big...
yeah. And you know, and of course, when you're drunk, what do you do? Yeah, you shoot food. You know, you walk past the kebab. I'll have a kebab. I'll have a curry. I'll have a chop, whatever. You know, and you eat more than what you want. You'll stuff yourself, even though you're full. You'll keep eating, so you're blown out your stomach. All these kind of things. So you've got to be honest with yourself as well, guys. You know, it's all well and good saying, yeah, but it didn't work. Maybe it doesn't. And like Brian says, it doesn't work to everybody. However, before you say it doesn't work, have you been honest with yourself and given it an opportunity to do its thing?
And I want to give you, especially for the circulation, I want to give guys a few tips that can help it work even better. Because remember, with Zingify, you're really just eating a food. So there's the extracted supplements. They're not meant to be taken every day. So Zingify is a daily dose. It's like the capsules. But beets. I want some foods that can go well with it. Beets, blueberries, but any type of berries. And it sounds like a mother talking to her toddler, but greens, eat your vegetables. Yeah. Those things, because beets especially, they're high in nitrates, and your body converts that into nitric oxide.
So when you're saying beets, give me some examples of what's a beet.
A beetroot. It's the red, really, it's red.
So a red beetroot, but out here, that's kind of difficult to find. So are there any other alternatives?
Oh, you don't have them here?
You can get them.
I've seen them in the supermarket.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, they're probably not going to be in restaurants for coming with your dishes. So, I mean, what I would recommend, because you're not just going to grab a beet and eat it like an apple. I mean, I would recommend putting beets, berries into a big smoothie, maybe 2-3 times a week.
Okay.
And it tastes really good. Throw a banana. You can get frozen berries because you don't have to worry about them going bad. In Thailand, you know.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then the banana will mix properly, and then. Yeah, throw beets in there, and...
You're making me thirsty now.
Well, yeah, and stay hydrated. I know in Thailand, maybe the weather, it's always tropical, because there are things like... Do they have ice bath things here?
Yeah, we got saunas with ice baths.
Okay, because that can also help, because now, I would never even brought this up, but you recently talked to the doctor at the Time Clinic about fasting.
Yes.
That's another thing that can help it work better.
Yeah.
Because... that when you do that fasting, your body regulates itself better, and your gut bacteria is going to get stronger. With a stronger gut bacteria, Zingify works better because the compounds inside ginseng, you absorb more of them.
Yeah.
So that is another thing that helps.
Yeah, fasting for me was really, really good.
And I want to say, for those people who say it does not work, bare minimum 3 months, but if you've been on it 6 months, because you have people say that, get a blood test. And specifically, look at your lipid profile. We just finished last week a 2-year... Not an official study, because this was with a family member. I don't have access to all our customers' medical records, but had this guy test before, and then we just got the 2-year results. And I want you to look at your HDL cholesterol. 3 months, I think it could start to show.
Okay.
6 months, definitely. You definitely after a year. I would like you to check that. But like I said, after 2 years, I want him to do a full update. But look at your HDL cholesterol. Did that go up? That's the good cholesterol. Look at your LDL. Did that go down? Look at your triglycerides. Did that get down? The man I just mentioned, his triglycerides went down a lot. A lot.
You might as well talk to me in Korean. I've got no idea what you're on about. All I know is that I feel much better.
Well, you can Google this stuff, right? If I did it in Korean, you wouldn't even Google it.
I just feel better. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, that's the most important thing.
So, guys watching around the world, how can they get hold of your product if they're interested in trying this out?
Well, you'll have the link in the video, but you can also just go to zingify.com.
Yep.
You can use his code Buzzin. You'll get 20% off your first order.
There you go, guys. So, use that.
Yes, and we don't block that code for working on the subscription. So, if you want to go ahead and sign, you'll get more off your first order. And, because it is something you got to make part of your daily routine.
Oh,
daily
100%.
habit. Yes.
I've really enjoyed talking to Brian because I've got this, please, if you're like me, try it. Because I'm the most skeptical man in the world. I don't believe a word people tell me when they start sending me all this stuff. I will do this. I'm like, what a load of bollocks. I'll just do my own thing. And of course, because I'm always right, I'll go down to the pharmacy and he'll give me something over the counter. Brian very kindly reached out to me, said to me, look, Trev, just try this. He gave me a short picture analysis of what it can change, how it will work, etc. And I thought, you know what? He's taken the time out of his time to come and see me. He's given me a shitload of this product to try. So why not do it? And I've got to say, I'm really happy to thank you very much for imposing yourself on my life.
No problem.
It was absolutely brilliant.
It's those, and like I said, the pharma is going to come up with another pill for another thing. And in the UK, do you guys have advertisements for these pharma drugs? I believe it's just a US thing. Americans will know what I'm talking about. But this is 100% natural. There's no side effects. And please try it and see how it works for you. But I mean, I have no disclaimer list like all this, because in America, Americans don't know what I'm talking about. But they'll talk about how great your life's going to be. And then they'll say, may cause dry mouth, dizziness, swelling, heart palpitations, hives, erectile dysfunction, and all these things.
So you're down soy 6 then?
Well, I have not yet, but so yeah.
That's a good test. Just test your ginseng out. Get yourself down soy 6, see how you feel when you get to the end.
Yeah.
Now, all jokes aside, guys, listen, on a serious note, I can't say this enough times, and you can think what you like about this video, think, oh, Trev's just promoting, you get paid to do it. Whatever, I don't care. You think whatever you like. All I'm going to tell you this, guys, is I am the most skeptical man in the world. I don't believe anything people tell me. Brian came across, gave me some stuff. I've tried it. I'm still on it to this day. I took it about half an hour ago. All I can say is try it, guys. There will be a link in the description below. So like Brian said, if you click that link, you'll get 20% off your order. I suggest...
Well, you got to use the code. Don't just click the link.
Yes.
Or you can click the link, but use the code. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So use the code Buzzin. You get 20% off, guys. I suggest you buy at least a 3-month package worth because you won't get the benefit. I didn't. First month, I thought, what a load of crap. Second month, I thought, well, was it really that tablet or was it just me? So I started easing off on other things to think, well, let's just see how I feel, how I get on. And now, honestly, guys, you go into my pharmacy cupboard, when you open it, I've got 1 bottle. There you go, that's it. And I've got, sorry, that's a lie, I've got some headache tablets just in case I have too many vodkas. But that's about it. But I don't get hangovers anymore. Maybe that's a ginseng product.
I have faith, actually.
Yeah, maybe it's Zingify, maybe that's what it is. All right, guys, there we go. That is it from me. That's from Brian. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Very much.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll put a lot more information down in the video description below. If you do reach out, what I'll do is I'll make sure Brian follows this video so he can answer you directly because I don't know the square root of nothing, so I can't answer this for you.
Yeah, I'll answer your question.
Yeah, so if you want to drop a comment down below and say, look, okay, I suffer with this. What will Zingify do for me? I've got this. What can Zingify do for all these kind of things? Guys, ask the questions. Ask the questions. Now, like I say, hand on my heart, I've had it now for over a year. I feel far better than what I did a year ago. There's no ifs or buts about it, guys, so give it a try. All right, there we go. That's it for today. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like I say, we'll put all the information down below. I'll put the link down below, so click away, guys. Go and do your research. Get in touch. I'll put Brian's email in there as well, so you can get in touch with him directly. And if you don't want to put your situation out in the public.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Brian at Zingify.com. Happy to answer your questions.
Yeah, I'll put the email down. So get in touch with Brian directly, and you can share what's going on in your life, and he can give you some advice on what or if Zingify can help with what you're going through right now. All right, there we are. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, please remember the subscribe button. And also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. If you haven't, have a look on TikTok. We've got over 23,000 followers in there. It's going from strength to strength. So have a look at that, guys. We put regular shorts in there, little short updates. I'll put an update very soon in there about Zingify. So if you miss this one, you can watch it in TikTok later on if you don't see this. Have a look in Discord. We've got over 24,000 members in there. It's completely free of charge. Have you got a room in Discord?
Is that what?
Have you got a room in Discord on
a room? You do. Yeah, I think that's the first.
I think we put that. Yeah. So we do have a room in there. So again, have a look in Discord, and you can contact Brian through that route if you wish, or like we say, use a personal email to keep it confidential. All right, there we are. That's it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, please, wherever you're in the world, stay safe.